We're on our way to the famous pink sand beach. We've been to many different colored beaches in our travels. We've been to black sand beaches, white sand beaches, red sand beaches, and even bluish sand beaches in New Zealand, but never a pink sand beach. So this is going to be exciting. The quickest way to get there from our mooring in Spanish Wells is down the Devil's Backbone. It's a fairly dangerous cut that's responsible for more than a few wrecks. Since we were just planning a day trip and wanted to bring the dog, we decided to try it by dinghy. It's a 16-mile round trip, but we kind of naively thought that we could do the trip there in about 45 minutes. We were wrong. Even though the day was calm, the water wasn't flat. And if you've ever ridden on a dinghy at high speed on wavy water, then you know the kind of slams that you can get. Well, those slams are not good or comfortable for a pregnant lady in her second trimester, which meant we had to slow down and dodge the waves. We did get there though, even if it took us like 50% longer. Once we were in the protected part of the route, we stopped along the way to take a break and explore the beaches.
Problems.
That was ground.
Too shallow.
Break it easy.
This beach looks sort of pink, huh?
I don't see any private beach signs that people seem to put up.
There's some pink.
Yeah.
And that's what's pink.
It's like art. A wall. Or a fort. That's fun. This is the sinkiest beach I've ever been in. You step and your foot goes 4 inches in, sometimes deeper.
That's pretty.
The pink sand. You got a pink, purple thing. And a little sea urchin. What is it, Aria? I don't know if you want to keep them.
Yeah.
So there are a number of pink sand beaches in this area. Some of them are pinker than others, but the most popular one is in Dunmore Town. Dunmore Town is also a high-cost vacationing spot for well-to-do folks, which basically means it's too expensive for most people. Look at the conch. It's a live one. He's sticking his eyeball out, looking at you. Weird looking critter.
When you choose to take the road, rather please let the wind into your soul and start to breathe. Together we'll be free. It's not just you and me.
When you choose to take the road, sister, sing. Imagine all the words becoming real.
Together we'll be free.
We rented a golf cart. It was a little bit exorbitant in cost. It was $50. I mean, that's kind of crazy. There were cheaper ones to be around, but Jessica's foot is kind of hurt. It's scraped up and the sand and sandals, and it just doesn't feel good. So we're taking it easy and enjoying ourselves and driving around like fancy folks.
Dunmore Town?
Yeah, and it's opposite of the road here, right? We gotta drive on the left.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's opposite here, like New Zealand. All right, let's drive. I think, yeah, it doesn't start. It's
Let's go to Pink Sand Beach.
the pathway.
So pretty. Are you on a Pink Sand Beach? Yeah.
Movement in your eyes. See the changes passing by. Changes passing by. The movement
smells good.
It does smell good.
Who's cooking? Here's the hospital.
Now where?
Now right.
Jessica's driving a golf cart. Oh, this is it, isn't it? Yeah, this is it. Right here. Keep going straight.
We found the haunted house. Woo.
On accident. Well, not an accident. We were looking for it, but
Took us a while.
we're here at the haunted house. And honestly, we wouldn't know that this was a thing if it weren't for the winds video. Only see bird. Some old mansion, I guess. Looks like a movie set. Into the haunted house. Oh, there's lizards. There's a cool tree around back. This was the sitting room with the fireplace. It's backwards driving, but the steering wheel is on the left-hand side of the car, which is the American side of driving. So it's like double backwards. The guy at the golf cart rental shop told us that he lives in Spanish Wells and commutes over daily. He was impressed that we did it by dinghy and remarked at how bad the waves can get out there. This made us nervous as the heavy afternoon rain clouds trundled in. We headed back to the safety of Honu as quickly as swell would allow us. We didn't film any of this because it was rainy and we were tired and it was more wavy on the way back. All in all, I probably wouldn't recommend doing it by dinghy, especially with a pregnant person, but it's nice to know it's possible. This mooring is so close to land and so close to the other boats. This has got to be the smallest mooring ever. There's a barracuda outside, just hanging out under our escape hatch. At least I think that's a barracuda. He's not very friendly looking. We're getting ready to head through Channel Cut, which is one of the ones that people seem apprehensive about. As of right now, we can't see the cut. It's over there somewhere. It's about 300 feet wide, so it's small enough from this angle to where we can't see it. People say to do this at slack tide, but slack tide's 2.5 hours from now. So the current is with us and there's not much wind. There's 3 to 4 knots of wind and the wind's not directly against the water. So given our experience doing ICW stuff, we don't think this would be too bad. We're gonna give it a shot and see if we're wrong. But yeah, we don't feel like waiting around for 2.5 hours if the conditions are okay now. It looks flat the whole way through, so we're gonna give it a go. Looks like there might be another vessel on the far side, but he looks far away. Security, security, security. This is sailing catamaran Honu, transiting current from west to east. Any interested vessels contact us on 16th. So we were doing 6.5 knots prior to getting in there, and now we're doing 10 knots. So there's a 3.5 knot current. It's a little squirrely, but honestly, it's no different than the ICW. It just seems scary because people have hyped it up. Yeah, honestly, this is going to go without incident. And it's kind of neat because you can see the shoreline right here. We are almost to the glass window bridge. We're just going to stop here briefly, maybe fly the drone over. This will be our first big drone expedition. We don't think we're going to stop and go to shore because we just don't know if it's worth it. And we kind of need to make some miles to get ahead of a weather system that's going to blow through. So, drone it is, and we'll see how cool it is. This area is known as the Glass Window Bridge. Kind of a weird and misleading name. I think I would have named it something like Sword's Edge Bridge, but it was a cool spot where the deep blue Atlantic is separated from the shallow teal bankside of the island by just a narrow strip of land. The Atlantic waves can actually get really large and splash that bridge in the middle on days with big swell from the east.
We anchored at Governors Harbour. Show you.
Just after we dropped hook, a fellow cruiser dinghied up and invited us to the Friday night fish fry that was just getting started. So we got the boat settled and dinghied into where we randomly met some friends we made back in Charleston. The blue seahorse, pink and teal. Aria, it's golden hour. You look beautiful now. Just had our meal, there was lots of flies. I wasn't overly enthused, but it's a fun vibe. Probably. We're exploring a little bit. We woke up at 5:30 this morning and got underway right as first light was coming over the horizon. Fuel stop, Cape of Luther. Shark. Ray. We have ice, fuel, diesel, water, all topped off, ready to go. So now we're gonna jump down to the Exumas, and some people say resources are kind of scarce there. Well, it doesn't matter because we got everything we need for weeks. So we're good to go. We are sailing, getting down to the Exumas today, and the weather window looks like we can actually make it pretty far down to Staniel Key is where our goal is. We have a second reef in the main, which is excessive, but the wind went from our port quarter at about 9 knots to a close hauled at about 20 knots within a matter of 5 minutes. So that kind of shows it's unpredictable out here right now, and if it increases more, which is possible given the forecast, I just wanted to be ready. But even with our conservative second reef and full jib out, we're doing 7.6 knots, so 7.6, 7.5, sometimes more. So we're gonna get there. We can finally enjoy the Exumas. It's kind of like been our goal the whole time because we really want just a taste of less people and more wilderness, and that's what's been promised to us for when we get down there. Alrighty, let's sail. That's it for this video. Stay tuned for the next where we officially make it to the Exumas. Remember to thumbs up the video if you liked it, and consider subscribing if you're new here. Until next time.